Hey friends and family, this is James with Crawlersncustoms, and today we're going to go over the line lock four-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive mod for the CEN F450. So it's pretty simple, but you got to get a few parts. So you're going to need an SCX transmission with a selectable dig. Normally that's facing the rear, we put it towards the front, and you can control that transmission with an extra servo. So you can have four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, or you can line lock the front, which is pretty fun, and I'll throw a video in right here so you guys can check it out. So what we're going to do is take a look at the bottom of the truck. And go over the parts that you need. So starting from the back, it's all stock. You're going to need the Chaos Universal upgrade. You're going to then cut the dog bone off, file it down a little bit, and file a flat spot to put this 5mm coupler in. That coupler is going to then couple to the stock intermediate shaft. And this is where the bearing used to sit, so that's no longer there. And then that dog bone will continue into the output shaft of the transmission. Moving to the center of the truck, this is the skid plate / transmission mount. It's designed to mount the transmission at an angle, and that keeps everything dead center in the chassis, so you can keep your stock cross members. You don't have to do anything there. So for this coupler, let's see, we're going to unlock it here so we can spin it around. So for this coupler, if you look close, you'll see that this side, hold on, let's see if I can point to it. This side has been filed down versus this side. You can see how much more material there is here. So you're going to need to cut that down. I just used a Dremel cut-off wheel and cut this in half, or cut about 1/8 inch off on this side, and that clears the transmission housing. Then we have another Chaos, in this case front universal drive shaft, but instead of mounting it into the pinion cup, it's mounted backwards into this 5mm coupler. So you have the output shaft, 5mm coupler. Then normally what would go into the pinion is now inside the coupler, located with a set screw, universal, and your stock front end. And you'll see a servo mount there. So this is actually a pretty easy mod. You could install it in less than an hour, and you can have a pretty fun truck. So we'll throw a couple of videos in here so you can see it working. The other thing you'll notice is I've put everything that was back here towards the front of the truck. I haven't actually mounted the receiver yet, haven't had time, but just basically pushed everything forward. So I mounted the battery on the stock front 4-link cross member, and then you can see some of our aftermarket wheels. These sold out. The next limited set are going to appear in late January. All right, guys, that's it. This should be live and in the store. If it's sold out, just subscribe to our notifications, and as soon as these go back in stock, you can grab one. Thanks. Have a good night.